I think we've gotten to a point that we're going to have a more serious conversation with Stevie Knight. Not only has he deleted all his crash outs at the peak of them, but now he's making reflective videos where I guess he thinks that he wants everybody to do better and start thinking smarter and put all the hate behind us. But let's see how Stevie approaches this.
It's like we're watching Rome burn right in front of us. But instead of like running for the water, we're trying to put the fire out. We're all just sitting here recording Rome burn on our phones, dog. That's what's happening right now.
Oh shit, Stevie, are we gonna talk about the Trump administration violating the Constitution? How people are getting their rights taken away left and right? How they're lying about the government shutdown? How Trump is shutting down all dissenting opinions against him? How ICE's behavior has been illegal? How the White House's website looks like a fucking blog page?
Personally, for me, my eyes have been really opened ever since Kirk was assassinated.
God damn it, it's the white zaddy. We just can't escape him at this point.
One would think that if there was anything that could bring us all together, it would be an assassination like that in front of the world to see at once, over and over and over again. One of the most horrific things that most will ever see.
Well, I guess we see who didn't grow up and use Rotten.com, but that's neither here nor there. Why would an assassination that happened on camera bring us all closer together? Did it happen with George Floyd? To a lesser extent, did it happen with Philando Castile? Did it happen with Irina Zarutska? Did it happen with Sonia Massey? I know these all aren't political assassinations, but nonetheless, it's people getting killed on camera. And there's always going to be two sides to the story, almost inevitably with these type of situations. I mean, bruh, I'm sorry that this hurts you to the core of your whole soul, but everybody doesn't feel that way about Charlie Kirk. And for you to pretend like this is the first time we've seen somebody get killed on camera and now your whole life is destroyed is the most soft-made bitch shit I've ever seen.
Instead of bringing us all together, we became more fractured as a society. We've become more fractured as a society, dog.
Well, gosh, Stevie, I'm sorry that everybody doesn't feel the way about somebody that thinks black people are lesser, women shouldn't go in the workplace, thinks that gay people shouldn't exist. I'm sorry everybody doesn't feel the same way you do, Stevie.
It's also even more terrible that it's like it's been not forgotten, but just shrugged off like just another headline. Another viral video.
Hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be all right, nigga. You tough, right?
We are so divided, bro, and I cannot recall a time that we have been as tribal as we are right now in regards to everything. Everything. This Kirk situation was just icing on the cake. We are so tribal.
Why are you saying this like you don't play into that? Nigga, the one time you try to step out of your tribalism, you're fucking spiraling and losing your mind.
I mean, I have personally gotten a lot of negative feedback, from, my feelings about the Kirk situation. Just the hate, bro, just pure hatred, dog. Pure hatred. I mean, based on just differing opinions, bro.
I mean, I think we all learned this back in like high school. Hate begets more hate. If Charlie Kirk was out here singing about roses and God in the sky and everybody should love one another and care about one another, I mean, yes, MLK tried to do it, but what fueled those people? More hate. I do find it hard to believe, though, in big 2025, as you would say, that people would have hate towards Charlie Kirk if he was spewing more love. And let's address this differing of opinions crap that these people keep trying to pull. These conversations that people find very contentious with Charlie Kirk aren't about tax rates. They aren't about zoning laws. They aren't even about climate change. The biggest problem is that the things that Charlie Kirk believed in was at a detriment of another group. People need to stop with this difference of opinion crap. He was right next to the president. They were friends. They had contacts with one another. The things that Charlie Kirk believed in, the things that he did on these college campuses got Trump in office, which is now affecting people in real life. This is not just a difference of opinion on what we should do with taxes. These people want to take away rights from gay people. These people want to treat undocumented immigrants as if they're fucking cattle. These people don't care if people aren't eating because they can't afford food. These people don't care about strengthening education. What are we talking about? This is more than just a difference of opinion, my nigga, and that's where you fucking up.
And when I take a step back at it, it's like, yeah, the elites, you know, they did what they're supposed to do.
Oh my. Fuck you.
They did what they're supposed to do, bro. Through the advent of social media and propaganda and algorithms and your feed, just molding minds, having them just distracted beyond all measure, when unbeknownst to these people, the literal world is collapsing around you.
For somebody that really tries to rally against the victim mindset, you sure know how to make yourself sound like one. A lot of people might hear this and think that there's some credibility to this argument, and I'm tired of it. Anybody that understands how algorithms work, it feeds you what you want to see. People like action, people like comedy, people like drama, people like violence. Your algorithm is showing you what you indulge in. And there's an argument to be made that, yeah, the more you're exposed to something, the more you'll want to see it. I don't know how true that is. There's people that don't like seeing blood. There's some people that don't like seeing any type of violence. There's some people that don't even like seeing strange looking animals. So therefore, they won't watch what they don't want to see. But if you engage in watching all the men fight with women, if you like drama, if you like liars and conspiracy theorists on social media, then your algorithm is going to continue to show that nonsense. The elites are not up there pulling any strings saying, put this out there, put that out there. All they're doing is reacting to what people are giving attention to. That is how things have worked for all of humanity, especially in a capitalistic society. I don't know what else you would expect people to do besides give people what they ask for.
Paul, you questioned 10 people in regards to the Kirk situation. I'd be interested into knowing people's feelings about it and how strong they feel about their opinion. Have any of your guys' relationships ended or changed due to the Kirk situation? Just politics, period. You know, Trump, Biden, you know, government shutdown, you know, immigration, whatever.
I'm going to show y'all just some of the comments that people left in his comment section on this part right here. You can pause and read them if you need be, but I just think it's funny that no matter where he's going in this conversation, he just has to keep bringing up Charlie Kirk like he's the first man to ever be assassinated or the first man to ever be killed in front of a camera. Either way, I'm just baffled that this is just something he's acting like has never happened in history at any point in time.
It's really superficial shit that's got everybody hot and bothered, bro. But when you get to the foundation of everything falling apart, I don't particularly cover a lot on this here channel. I've dropped the little gems, you know, here, there, man. But
nigga, you ain't never dropped a gem. You have dropped just straight charcoal and turds.
These are things that people need to be talking about. You know, inflation on the rise. People can't even afford to live. People can't afford no homes, can't afford rent, can't afford mortgage, can't afford basic necessities.
I wonder why.
Right? Homeless has never been as high as it is right now. Birth rates falling.
Homelessness is pretty high, and Kamala Harris actually had a plan to try to alleviate that problem. And if birth rates are declining, how about you let more immigration happen? Because instead of helping that people will reproduce with no real incentive or seeing any light on the end of that tunnel, people that are already able-bodied and working can come in, and you can skip those 18 to 26 years of life where you're pretty much useless to society and only taking resources. You can just get people to come in and just work.
Dating world is dead.
No, it isn't.
The gender wars is real. The effeminate man is real. The attack on masculinity is real. The toxic feminist is real.
Nigga, you play into all those narratives. They happen, yes, but you guys highlight them and act like it's the norm that everybody deals with on a day-to-day basis when it's really a small minority of people in real life. People on the internet, in YouTube, on Instagram, all these people that have social media front-facing lives, those are not the average folk. And they don't even know anything about this toxic masculinity, effeminate men, all that bullshit. People are living their lives every day and not thinking about none of this nonsense y'all act like is really an issue.
The gender blending with the kids.
You don't know what you're talking about, and I really hate to get into a conversation about this right now because it's a whole nother subject. Yes, Stevie, kids are born with a sexuality that manifests themselves in different ways prior to puberty, and after puberty, it manifests itself in different ways. And yes, they were gay or they were trans when they were born. Nobody is blending anything. We just have a better understanding of the difference between sex, sexuality, and gender. Whenever you decide to learn that, let me know and we can walk you through the steps of what that is.
Politics broken. Trust in the government gone.
Why do you think that is?
Tradition.
You need to explain why tradition is necessarily a good thing.
Family values.
They haven't gone anywhere. We just understand that everybody isn't meant to have a family nor want to have one. And I think it's best to let people live the life that is fruitful for them and those around them and not force them into anything that they may not be accustomed for or built to do.
Secular as secular can get, and it's only going to get worse, bro. That's the scary part about it. Anyway, thoughts?
This country was built on secularism, and I'm tired of these conservative Christians acting like it's otherwise. Young Don recently just did a video covering all of the founding fathers and their beliefs, and if you want to get more information on that, check it out because he did a thorough breakdown that I don't have the time to do about all of the founders and their beliefs, whether they were theist or not, but it all was left out to create what is the United States of America. So just because there's a large population of people here that are Christians does not mean that we all should abide by it or it's some rule of law that we all need to live by. We are exclusively a secular country, and that's exactly why we've been so successful. So as much as these guys want to complain about how all is lost and we're so divided, let's not forget that we had a fucking civil war, and I don't think as bad as things are now that we're anywhere near that point. So let's stop with all this hoopla about acting like, oh my God, Charlie Kirk, he was a dad and he on camera. Yes, it is tragic what happened to him, and it should not have happened. I don't know how much I can express that, but Charlie is not the only person to be assassinated or to be killed on camera. Like, I just can't even imagine what this man might do if Eminem comes to pass one day and if he's here to see it. Like, why the hell is Charlie Kirk this manifestation since God that you feel like you have to make 17 videos on him and other people's reaction towards his death as if he was some type of saint? I'm sorry, bro. You should really take the time to look at why other people may feel differently than you. Your opinions and ideas are not law. They are not the consensus, and I would argue you're probably in the minority of sane people in America. Because to think that he can just say whatever the fuck he wants about women and gay people and black people, and you don't see it as racist, but Abba calling him white is racist, you're the problem, not us, Stevie. So again, whenever you decide to realize that the world doesn't revolve around conservative thoughts and there's a mishmash of things that we all can agree on that's probably more important, then I think that'll be the day you actually realize that there's more to life than conservatism and Charlie Kirk.